My name is Yuta. I'm 27 years old, and for some reason I have a coworker who treats me like her absolute mortal enemy. We joined the company at the exact same time, which you'd think would make us friends. But nope, she's had a vendetta against me from day one.
I lost to you again this month, Yuta, but don't get comfortable. Next time I am absolutely going to crush you. Be prepared.
That's Miyu Hirata. I've completely lost track of how many times she's told me that. It's become a weekly tradition at this point. She always looks so incredibly frustrated when she walks away, and honestly, it's kind of tiring to watch. But the strangest part is, I don't even know why she considers me such a rival in the first place.
Man, she really hates losing to you. It's almost sad considering you don't even acknowledge the competition. She's totally fighting a one-sided war over there.
I just don't have the mental energy to play that game. I have absolutely no desire to fight or compete with anyone in this office. Work is hard enough as it is. If I'm going to compare myself to someone, I'd rather just measure my progress against who I was last month. That's just my philosophy, simple, quiet, and rational. I figured she would just keep ignoring me outside of work matters. But then one random afternoon,
Hey, Yuta. What exactly do you do on your days off?
she asked completely out of nowhere, not even looking me in the eye. Mostly I just laze around the house doing absolutely nothing. Oh, but occasionally I like to go to the aquarium. I actually bought an annual pass so I can go whenever.
The aquarium? Are you super into fish or something?
Yeah, I guess so, but my absolute favorite thing to go see is the Mendako. You know the flapjack octopus?
You an octopus? Why would you like something so incredibly gross and creepy?
And just like that, my rare moment of enthusiasm was instantly destroyed. Excuse me, you clearly don't know the first thing about the Mendako. They're not just some random creatures. They are widely considered the absolute idol of the deep sea. They aren't slimy, they aren't gross, and they definitely aren't creepy. You're judging them based on nothing.
It lives in the deep sea that guarantees it looks like a complete nightmare. I refuse to even look at it. You have terrible taste.
If you aren't even willing to look at them, then don't sit there acting like you know everything while insulting what other people love. You have a genuinely awful personality sometimes, you know that. Maybe that narrow-minded attitude is exactly why you can never seem to beat me at anything. You're too focused on hate to actually grow. I had never raised my voice at work before, let alone completely snapped at someone. The entire department instantly froze in utter terrified silence. I immediately felt a pang of guilt for causing such an explosive scene in the middle of the office. It wasn't like me. But at the same time, I absolutely refused to back down on this one. She had crossed a line by blindly insulting my favorite thing, and for once I was going to stand my ground. After that explosive argument, an entire week passed without us speaking a single word to each other. The silence between our desks was completely suffocating. By Friday evening, the tension had completely exhausted me. I packed up my bag just wanting to go home.
Yuta, do you have a minute before you leave?
I turned around surprised to see her standing near the doorway looking incredibly nervous.
I wanted to apologize for what happened last week. It was really wrong of me to insult something you love without even knowing what it was. I'm so incredibly sorry.
You don't need to worry about it anymore. Everyone has things they find creepy, but just try not to throw cold water on other people's passions. Honestly, I was impressed. It takes real maturity to admit when you're wrong.
You're completely right. Insulting your hobby was immature and terrible. Honestly, realizing I act like that, it was a huge wake-up call. It made me see exactly what you meant back then. That shallow immaturity is the real reason I've never been able to beat you. You're right to look down on me.
I was ready to accept that and head home, but then she mumbled something under her breath.
Also, for the record, those little octopuses are actually really cute. I spent the entire week binge-watching Mendako videos. The way they flap their little ear fins trying so hard to swim. It's absolutely adorable. I totally understand why they're the idols of the deep sea now. I was looking at merchandise online, and they were so cute that I bought a massive stuffed plushie. It's so big I can barely wrap my arms around it.
Wait, you bought a giant plushie on a whim? Talk about an absolute 0 to 100 obsession. I was completely flabbergasted.
I lived 27 years without knowing this beautiful creature existed. I want to absolutely punch the version of me from last week who called it a creepy deep sea monster. I need to see a real one. Which aquarium has them on display right now? I'll go today.
Whoa, slow down. They're actually incredibly difficult to keep in captivity, so they aren't always available. Even when they are on display, the lines are crazy long and viewing times are strictly restricted. It's like a concert ticket for an octopus. Because they're so rare to see in person, I usually just watch videos. Hey, If you want, I can share my private Mendako video playlist with you.
Really, you'd do that for me.
From that day on, you and I started talking constantly about our shared geeky passion. And naturally, the rest of the office noticed immediately.
Hey, what on earth happened between Yuta and the Ice Queen? I thought they despised each other. Now they're giggling over their phones like best friends.
Oh, it's nothing crazy. We just happened to realize we share a very specific deep-sea hobby. I just brushed off his questions while grabbing my morning coffee. It really wasn't a big deal. Meanwhile, Miyu's new positive energy really rubbed off on her work. Her monthly sales performance began to absolutely skyrocket, almost catching up to mine.
My numbers were great this month. I think I'll reward myself by buying even more Mendako merchandise.
Is that seriously what's motivating your sales pitches now? She completely stopped treating me like her mortal enemy. Honestly, it was a really nice change of pace seeing her so genuinely happy every day. But then the very next month, things took a sudden turn. I made a massive, unforgivable mistake on a major client project and fell into a deep slump.
Man, Yuta usually bounces right back from these kinds of things. But he looks completely devastated this time. We should probably just give him some space.
Miyu, I'm really sorry, but could you just leave me alone for a little bit? I was completely drained of all energy. She didn't push it. She respected my boundaries and quietly walked away. But a few minutes later, I noticed something small sitting right next to my keyboard. It was a little flapjack octopus plushie. Knowing that she was silently cheering me on from the sidelines without overwhelming me, it really truly warmed my heart. I remembered how intensely Miyu always fought to succeed, even when she was failing and frustrated. I watched her claw her way up. If she could work that hard despite her setbacks, then I could surely fix this mess. I owed it to myself. I wasn't going to let one single mistake, one single failure keep me down forever. It was time to get back to work. With my confidence slowly restored, I got back to work with everything I had. I pulled all-nighters and refocused my strategy. By the next month, I had completely turned things around, hitting my sales targets and securing my place in the team again. I was officially back in the game, and honestly, I felt better than ever.
I'm impressed, Yuta. You really bounced back, didn't you? I was a bit worried when you faltered, but you're stronger than I thought. I'm looking forward to seeing what you do next.
Hey, Miyu, would you want to go to the aquarium with me this weekend? I wasn't sure if she'd say yes, but I wanted to thank her properly. I honestly don't think I would have been able to get back on track if you hadn't left that plushie on my desk. It really saved me.
Really, I'm so glad to hear that.
She looked completely relieved and happy, her face glowing just a little bit. When we got to the aquarium, Miyu was practically vibrating with pure excitement.
I've never been here as an adult. Everything looks so different.
Even though the Mendako weren't on display today, we found something even more mesmerizing. The massive jellyfish tank was absolutely glowing. I glanced over at Miyu watching the tank and couldn't help but stare. Watching her face so soft and serene in the blue light, it was like seeing a completely different side of her.
Oh, look. See that tiny little fish over there? It's so small, but it is swimming so hard, it's honestly really cute.
Wait, is that a normal octopus?
No. I think my octopus cuteness sensor only works for Mendako right now. My taste hasn't quite evolved to normal octopuses yet, sorry. You know, looking at all these cute plushies, I just want to punch my past self. I really was the absolute worst for calling your favorite animal creepy.
Hey, didn't I already tell you to let that go? We're officially deep-sea octopus buddies now, right? Your past transgressions are fully forgiven.
Thank you, Yuta. It's actually kind of funny thinking about how intensely I used to glare at you every single day. The truth is, the reason I always wanted to beat you so badly, it was because I just desperately wanted you to acknowledge me. I wanted you to finally look my way. I've admired you since the day we joined the company. And somewhere along the line, that admiration turned into a real crush.
I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely used to think you were super annoying. But now, honestly, everything is completely different. I really truly like you too, Miyu. I love how incredibly hard you work and how earnest you are about everything. And most of all, I love seeing how incredibly happy you get when you talk about the things you love.
Wait, stop. Please, stop saying such insanely embarrassing things with a straight face. I'm going to actually die of embarrassment right here in this gift shop.
Ha ha ha. Why are you hiding your face? You're literally turning as red as a boiled octopus right now.
Shut up. Please just shut up for 1 second, you jerk.
And that's how my greatest workplace rival ended up becoming my girlfriend. Did you guys know about the Mendako before this? Let me know your favorite deep-sea creature in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.